would be incorrect to think that criminals and syndicates who are vandalizing this property have been acting on their own. But some of the enabling points that made it possible for them to have a holiday here and a honeymoon at Prasa is because of our decisions. It's because of our ineptness in relation to running this company of state. Decisions in relation to what we would have decided on security companies, correctly so. Like Badisa said, the public protector decided on the security companies. The AG also took decisions that the people who were appointed here were appointed irregularly. And it meant that if we had to take a decision against those companies, we needed to have a contingency plan to protect the network. So all of that is now under the carpet. The sins of incumbency in the past are with us. And this is what we are doing to address those sins of incumbency. The criminality that ravages our railway environment undermines our efforts to modernize our passenger rail system and deliver a service that is safe, reliable, and affordable. When a cable is stolen, resulting in delays, the worker who loses their job as a result may be a parent or a sibling tomorrow. When track is stolen, resulting in derailment, the commuter who loses their life may be your relative. When stations get vandalized and burned down, resulting in the shutting down of the line, the people who suffer the consequences are the poor who cannot afford the more expensive taxis and buses to get to work. Have we become a society of heartless criminals? We have no regard for human life or the livelihood of those who live from hand to mouth. And in our own research and understanding of what is happening here, we now know that the copper cables are melted in laboratories in our townships and in the surrounding areas, and then they are exported via Mozambique to the Asian market. That's where they are sold. That is big money for this criminal syndicate. Today, as we launch the government's integrated plan, we say enough, it is enough. We're to arrive at this decision because we can't act alone. Because society keeps asking questions. Where are the police? Where is crime intelligence? Where is the intelligence of South Africa to protect the state property, which is Prasa? And where are the prosecutors? How are they acting in this regard? Because these people, what they are doing is what is called economic sabotage. The law allows us to charge them with serious economic sabotage. We arrested kids who burned down train sets, about 18 in Cape Town. Who sent those kids? And then they say they were playing, those kids, when they were arrested. And somebody brought them to the fore because he wanted to get a reward. But the real criminals are not arrested. You can't tell me a 14-year-old will be playing with petrol at the station. They burned down 14 sets. It also happened here in Johannesburg. They burned down those sets and all of that. That's what they do. And then they vandalize the network all the time. And then take the copper cables and do whatever that they do and sabotage the operation of the entire network. Every day we are confronted with horrifying images of damage and destruction of our infrastructure that require millions to rehabilitate. Every day we are confronted with images of cables stolen from our environment. Our resolve to turn the tide and throw a book at these criminals has never been greater. We are equal to the challenge and confident that we will turn the tide as we take the war to these criminals. Today is that beginning of that journey. So it's not going to have a positive multiplying effect immediately, but in the long term you will see. And that is why Prasa has taken a decision which we support to insource security. There are many positives with regard to that. Of course, the unions will gain new members. But the fact of the matter is that we've got people now who are directly accountable to our watch. So, so we will be in a position to monitor the people, their capabilities, and also marshal them into action. We have been working tirelessly with our law enforcement authorities, developing a seamlessly integrated response to this challenge. We are happy that the plan is a product of collaborative effort with the Ministers of Police, Intelligence, Justice and National Prosecuting Authority. There will be no mercy for criminals who think they can continue stealing and vandalizing public assets with impunity. We'll throw the book at them and ensure that they are charged with economic sabotage and rot in jail for many years. The Prasa Integrated Security Plan we are launching today.
Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula unveiling there a security plan to safeguard the country's network, rail network, also saying that it could be incorrect to assume that criminals and syndicates are vandalizing property or acting on their own, saying that they will be brought to book. We'll take you back there in a short while. Stay tuned.
In terms of our reaction. Reactive approach through detection. It means before the act of vandalizing could happen, or as it happened, we must have the capability to detect and respond. There are many people in South Africa today who have been, even on social network, minister, daylight, lives have been cut. Can we react to this? And there's never been any response because we did not have the capacity to do so. So, from now onwards, we should be in a position to react to those and bring to book those criminals who are undertaking this mission of vandalizing the network. The fifth aspect is communication and liaison. It's very important. This is an intelligence-driven plan that will enable us to find these criminals whenever they hide, in their homes, in their communities, in their workplaces. We know that we arrest minnows. The real criminals are sitting elsewhere. It's a syndicate. It's big guns, it's big people who are embarking on this particular mission within this network, and we need to bring them down, just like those syndicates and criminals who produce drugs and drug labs in our country and in our backyards. We've got to clamp down and bring them to book. When we went to Heidelberg, we found a lab working with people who are working in Prasa, and they were melting these copper cables, heavy, and then exporting them out of the country. We've got to punish them in a big way in those particular areas and backyards. We have no doubt that our interventions will bring back organized crime syndicates and bring the perpetrators to book. Will equally increase the visibility of SAPS and protection services officers at identified hotspots. Similarly, commuters will see more policing operations in the railway environment. And many people will ask, when is the railway network, some of which are not open, when are they opening? They are going to open. And we are going to work on ensuring that we turn the tide. And Badisa and his team will work to build on what has already been done to ensure that we bring stability in this place. We are happy with the mission that has been undertaken to ensure that this place that is characterized as a mess or a broken place, we are able to bring stability from a point of governance and all other aspects that are important to ensure that Prasa function as a whole, as an important company that delivers the important service to our people. This place has been failed by human beings, and it will be changed by human beings too, in terms of our movement forward. None of our efforts will yield tangible results if we don't pay closer attention to the scrap metal industry and second-hand dealers. These are the people who create the market for the proceeds of crime. We will uproot those who continue to buy these stolen goods and fuel the illicit market. As we tighten our grip in the fight of this scourge, our strategy calls for prosecution-guided investigations and adherence to the principle of opposing bail. This has already proven to be a success in the recent matter of 2 current and former Prasa employees who were caught with the rail agency's assets worth over 2 million. One of the accused, a current employee, was refused bail. So when I talk about it's an inside job and that the criminals and the syndicates are not working alone, I'm not thumb-sucking. And we find that on a daily basis in terms of the operations throughout the country. Underpinning this plan is our commitment to a compact with communities on the ground. To work with communities is very important in terms of safeguarding and ensuring that the plan in itself becomes a success. We can only succeed if we work closely with communities, who majority of them I need to salute, who have come to the party, giving us information about these crime syndicates and all of that, and with no little response on our part to help and safeguard the network. And the communities play an activist role in protecting the public infrastructure. Our communities must take it upon themselves to expose these criminals' networks within their own ranks. This factor played a role in our decision to recruit the new protection officers from within affected communities where it is possible. And I need to make you aware that before you came here, I'm sure you saw people who were undressing and naked in the streets and protesting about the fact that they could not be absorbed in the new Prasa intake. There's not going to be negotiations about that. You've got to meet the criteria. You can go naked, it's fine. But the fact of the matter, we understand some of our people are unemployed and they need employment, and some of our people have been exploited by these security companies, the people who own these security companies. and they've been exploited over the years. But what we cannot afford here at Prasa is to employ people with criminal record, among others. I'm singling out. There's no way we can do that. And then we've got to vet people as and when they come in. Not when they are already in, but as and when they come in. We've got to do that. So that is a very strict criteria that has actually been implemented in this particular place. So there will be no compromise with regard to that. If you compromise on that, then you compromise on criminality, because this place has been vandalized with us paying billions to security companies who have not helped this place. Cables have been vandalized with security companies present. You go to Park Station, never seen such a thing. A tap broken, water spilling off, but there is security at Park Station. Employed, paid by Prasa. What are the returns? Nothing. It didn't help us at all, because there was no paying attention on the criteria of the people who are employing to get on board in terms of the security network. And I see some people protesting and all of that and so on, and going everywhere with chicken audacity and saying that the minister must do this, must do. I'm not going to be threatened by people with chicken audacity. What I want here is delivery, Mr. Badisa. I don't want you to come here and become a nice man here and you don't deliver. You must deliver here, Chief. You don't deliver, we'll ship you out. You must work with your team and deliver. The judge has given you the authority. Treasury has sent you here. You are now under our control, okay? But our working together. All right. Before another court case, let me clarify that point. You are here serving Prasa as accounting authority. I'm going to appoint a board. I'm in the process of doing that. And the board will be appointed. But these boards are fine. It's corporate governance. They will slow you down. Big time. Yeah, they will slow you down. They come here with specs like me and you. They start, and this. Slow you down big time. So we're appointing boards, but some of the boards have not helped us. They've just interfered with your job. When they come here, they are going to be experts. They want to even overtake you on your job. Board members shift from where they are. They begin to have offices right next door to you. You and your executive, you will never function. Some of these boards, that's what they've been doing. Over 10 years, this place went down under the watchful eye of men and women who are well educated. Some of them are doctors and many others, advocates. You can name them. But Prasa has gone down. So why are you shocked today like we're doing with something new? What we are dealing with today is to fight back and restore this place to its original self. That's what we're doing.